Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Wednesday. Back here with another fresh round of news and rumors for you guys. And the biggest rumor circulating the internet around the Chiefs right now is around James Bradberry, who the Chiefs have been linked to at various times throughout this offseason. He was finally released by the Giants on Monday, so thought we'd talk about it here today. Kind of a different time compared to a month ago even, or a couple months ago, where it was like, oh, the Chiefs have major needs at corner. You go out and draft a guy like Trent McDuffie, that shakes things up a bit. We'll get to that in a moment. But you look at Bradberry over his 2 seasons with the Giants, some good, some not so good. What's the good? Completion percentage, not too bad. Against when he was targeted. Interceptions, great, had 7 of them. Pass breakups, 35 over 2 years. That's great as well. The not so good. Well, he didn't play as good in 2021 because of gave up more catches and yards and touchdowns. 8 touchdowns is a lot. Now, if he's getting takeaways, which he does, you'll live with that. But just know that he did not play as well last year as he did the year before for the G-Men. Now, that does not mean that I think he's, falling off a cliff as a player, that I don't think he can be a high-level corner, but I do think it's something worth monitoring if you are the Chiefs or really any other team, because James Bradberry is likely going to want pretty big money. I would guess he wants over $10 million per year. So if you're going to pay that, you got to know that you're getting a high-level player, which I think you'd still be getting at least a solid player. Now, should the Chiefs go out and sign James Bradberry, we can talk about how he fits here in a moment. Type S for sign, type P for pass. We'll go ahead and make this the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get hit with the YouTube ad break, scroll on down to the pinned comment, reply, just type S for sign, or you can type P for pass. Now, you think about the Chiefs' quarterback unit and kind of CB1, CB2, that's not really like, oh, Fenton's the number 1 corner on the team, McDuffie's the 2. That's more of 2 outside corners, Fenton and McDuffie. I think Darius Sneed will stick in the slot. That's where he played primarily last year. Now, James Bradberry could be better than Rashad Fenton or Trent McDuffie, and pretty decent chance that would be the case. But once you drafted McDuffie, you've got 3 starting corners right there. You can go to war with what you have. Lonnie Johnson and DeAndre Baker as your backups, that is perfectly fine. The McDuffie pick certainly changed the outlook of this position, and Brett Veach even talked about it earlier today, saying, hey, we were always looking to trade up for a cornerback. That was what we wanted to do, and that's what they were able to do in the NFL draft. I don't think it removes the possibility of Kansas City going out and signing a guy like James Bradberry, but they're not going to overpay to do it. They'll let the market come to them, and if they think they can get good value, and if they feel he's an upgrade over a guy like Rashad Fenton, then that could be a possibility. So we'll keep an eye on this one as this story continues to unfold. Now, guys, we've been doing a great job here on the Chiefs Report on Rumble as we continue to stretch that lead over the Raiders Report. Let's expand that lead. I want to get over 1,000 followers past Raider Nation here. We're almost 500 past Mitchell Renz and the Raiders in followers on Rumble. What is Rumble? It's another app where we publish our videos, uncensored content, daily coverage for you guys. So go follow us over there. If you've already subbed on YouTube, this is a great way to support us as well. Link is down below, rumble.com/ChiefsTV. Let's continue to stretch the lead against the Raiders Report over on Rumble. Some news that came down late yesterday. Austin Reiter, he is back after briefly being gone. He got cut after the NFL draft, but now he is back on the Chiefs 90-man roster. Quality backup center. Obviously, Creed Humphrey's your starter, but Reiter spent some time with the team as a starting center once Mitch Morse left. And, if he has to play, he's decent, right? He's not great, but he's not terrible. I think he's a good backup at that position. We'll see if he's able to make the 53-man roster, but for now, he's on the 90-man. Some other moves that took place. We'll give Nick Jacobs credit for putting this tweet out. Offensive lineman Chris Glaser, Gary Jennings, the receiver, are also back in addition to Austin Reiter. Quarterback Anthony Gordon, running back Brenden Knox, and then offensive lineman Gene Pryor and defensive lineman Darius Stills have been waived. So you're kind of seeing this coming out of the draft, these mini camps, that the 90-man roster very much in flux for a lot of these teams. So those are some of the moves that Brett Veach and Kansas City made over the last day or so. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. We recently crossed 30,000 subscribers, trying to get to 31,000 ASAP. Free videos all off season long. The NFL schedule drops tomorrow night. We'll have you guys with a full video breaking down the Chiefs schedule here on the channel. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. The link's right there. Click that sub button, and let's continue to grow this channel. Could the Chiefs go out and trade for Robert Quinn? That's where we'll shift to next here on the Chiefs Report. Bleacher Report put out an article of trades that should happen before the season, and the Chiefs trading for Quinn was a story or an idea that they proposed. Chiefs pass rush still fairly thin. Obviously, they drafted George Karlaftis, but if you added a veteran in there and made Karlaftis kind of your third edge rusher, I think people would feel a little bit better about that. Quinn was great last year, had 18.5 sacks for the Chicago Bears. Simple trade idea: Robert Quinn to the Chiefs for a 2022 or 2023 third-round pick. That was the offer submitted by Bleacher Report. I think the Bears would want at least a third for Robert Quinn. This could also be a trade that happened during the trade deadline as well, if the Chiefs are looking to add a pass rusher for a Super Bowl push. I don't think you're going to get this level of production that he gave the Bears last year, but I think he could be a double-digit sack guy again if he stays healthy. 18.5 sacks, that's quite a season. I don't know if he can repeat that. I mean, he was an absolute beast on a team in Chicago that it was a forgetful season for sure. But I think if you're Kansas City, just thinking about what you have, you've got Frank Clark, you have a tender out for Melvin Ingram. Maybe if you don't get that tender, trading for Quinn becomes more of a possibility. We'll have to wait and see. If they feel really good about Karlaftis, maybe they'll just roll with what they have. All right, let's talk some NFL schedule leak stuff. Rob Collins of Channel 4 there in Kansas City tweeted this out. Per reports, the Chiefs will open the season at Houston with a noon kickoff. The NFL schedule will be released Thursday evening. Hashtag Chiefs Kingdom. We'll know for sure the full schedule tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, maybe before if the full schedule leaks out. Again, we'll have you guys covered with the video. But there's been multiple sources that have leaked Chiefs-Texans week 1, and talk about a boring week 1 for Kansas City, if we're being honest. But, hey, I'm fine with it. You get to open up against the lowly Houston Texans before facing the Chargers in week 2. We do know that is the week 2 game, the first Amazon Prime Thursday night football game. So Chiefs-Chargers for that one. But that would be a boring week 1 if it's Chiefs-Texans, if we're being completely honest. But boring's good. Start at 1-0, get off to a good start. Now, we know the opponents for the Chiefs. We just don't have the week-by-week schedule yet. Just a fresh reminder for you guys. Here are the divisional games: Denver, Vegas, Los Angeles. Obviously, you play all those teams twice, home and away, throughout the season. So that's 6 games. You got 5 more home games. Again, the 3 home games in the division. Now 5 more home games, 8 home games, 9 road games this year. Jacksonville, Tennessee, the Rams, the Seahawks, and Bills come to town. Some good matchups there at Arrowhead. That'll be a lot of fun. And then the following are the road games for Kansas City this year. They'll travel to Houston, Indianapolis, San Francisco, Arizona, Cincinnati, and then Tampa Bay, again, in addition to the 3 divisional opponents that they will play on the road. So we'll see what the full schedule ends up being tomorrow night. We'll have you guys covered, but for now, predict the Chiefs' record this year. We'll ask you again on tomorrow's video, I'm sure, once the schedule actually comes out. But I want to know from you guys, what will the Chiefs' 17 games record be? Remember, 17 games now, not 16. Still getting used to that. Let us know in the comments. All right, we're going to sign off here on the Chiefs Report today. Subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you get notified on your phone or tablet just as soon as we publish that video tomorrow. That way you can get the full schedule at once. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. I'm Harrison Graham. We will see you guys tomorrow with the 2022 schedule.